everyone. Welcome back, or if you're new here, happy to have you. I am talking about different fandoms that I've been a part of, basically from when I was a little girl all the way up to today, where I'm still very much a part of it. Case, uh, just stuff that's either influenced me throughout my childhood or I'm still a part of to this day. And I was in the middle of three that were kind of like an arms race with each other over my attention in my childhood. And the last one I'm going to be talking about is Monster High. So with this one, I got only two dolls. I got the Frankenstein and the Dracula girl, and I how do I put this? I was more in love with the show than I was with the actual dolls. And also, with that said show, I didn't really get to see much of it, but whatever I did get to see, I watched intensely because the thought of monsters turning in, like, being reenacted as more human like, but still keep a lot of monster like features put into a high school. I mean, what's not cool about that? It's like, in my eyes at the time, it was like the cooler version of Bratz, because Bratz is trying to be like the cool older aesthetic, whereas with monsters are naturally scary, but also they're trying to make it feel more real, like more cool. Loved it, absolutely loved it, and I very much was keen on the basically the baby girl of the group, uh, because I guess I related to her. I was very much the baby in all of my friend groups, even if I was the oldest one, because of how I acted throughout all my life. People were just like, "Oh, we need to protect her," and I so I got to relate with a lot of things that she went through, or like, and also I thought her design was really cool, and she helped me get back into pink because I was in a weird phase with the color pink. So her showing gothic pink, essentially, I never even knew that. Didn't know much about the world, so I didn't even know like goth or punk, or old fashioned wasn't out yet, but stuff of that nature existed. So she felt like she was making all the cutesy great things that I used to love in my child, like when I was little, and now I was starting to get into my tweens, starting to not like anymore. She was trying to make it cool again to me, and it worked. So I'm realizing with this one, like, Bratz very much influenced me throughout multiple years. Barbie did on a smaller scale too, but out of all three of them, Monster High had the least effect on me. It was more so like a quick bomb of I'm obsessed with this, and then I dropped it. So I remember one year for Halloween, my parents and I made a makeshift, like, basically cosplay. I cosplayed for Halloween not Claudine. She is really cool though. I can't even pronounce her name anymore, but I was so obsessed with her when I was little. Dracula's daughter, and my mom was proud of it because she put in so much work, and I loved it so much because it made me really look like her. The only difference was uh, I didn't have the same skin as her, but that's because she's literally pink, so like totally understandable. But I absolutely loved it. And another thing is something that this series had that the others didn't have for me. Barbie was very musical, but like in the theater sense. And Bratz, I don't even remember one music video of them. I'm sure that they did have music videos, but it wasn't something that's latched on to me. Whereas Monster High music, holy crap, they were bangers after bangers that my parents still have on burned CDs because that like we just randomly found, and we still listen to this music constantly whenever we're on the road. And I still, whenever I do, when I do, should actually look it up, but I would listen to this day and just be like, this is a banger. I don't I don't know if it's just a case of they're going into less because it's a new series, they just could go ham with it and still do all this cool stuff. But the music was a huge highlight. It felt like whoever the artist was helped cement just a passion of music in me, because beforehand it was more of a thing I did with my mom, and now in this one it very much felt like I was listening into someone's vision, and I just loved it. Absolutely. It felt like I was watching. You know how people can create stories in their heads when they listen to songs? I That's when I started doing it, and because of that, I have to thank the music artists that participated in Monster High, because it's had such a huge impact on me. And I apologize for my inability to talk super well. I'm in one of my earlier video, like my earliest video I made, I talk about how I'm trying to gain my voice back because I'm not used to just talking. Uh I'm used to listening to people and giving like quips or comments back to them, but then I'm never the one fully telling a story unless it's the case of a therapist listening into me, someone that's paid to care. And I'm just trying to go back into my childhood and learn more about me as I'm making this channel and seeing what all I can do, because currently all I have, well, as when I started out this, all I had was a phone and my ideas and paper that I could use to try to write it all out. And out of pure luck, I now have a new computer, and I'm in the works of trying to figure out some editing software or something to help me out, because I don't want to just be in. I'm going to be doing different things, and this is just one of the things I'm going through, but it's not. This is not where I'm going to stop at. I'm going to keep changing it up, and I every time I was writing down these topics, I was writing. I feel like I should explain to you why I'm talking like this. I felt like I keep going through different eras, and when I started this little project, and Monster High is like a closing of a phase of me, like from kid to teenager in me, and Monster High was like the last of it, and so I'm closing. It's like closing a chapter, and I I'm excited to see where to keep continuing, and basically that after I finish this, to see what else I can do with more, since I'm getting more stuff and I'm able to actually do more for this channel. I'm very, very excited. So, I will let you go. Thank you for watching. And since I've finished my series on here of stuff that I've watched throughout my childhood, I'd like to hear in the comment section about either stuff that I've talked about that you also were a part of, or just fandoms or shows that you watched as a kid that made you excited. I'd love to hear it. I'm small enough that I will actually see the comments and actively go through them all. And I I will let you go. Thank you for watching. Bye.